This is our home. For millennia, we have known it as the Milky Way. But across its vast ocean of stars, it is known by many names. From the fantastic, like Aquari or Evink, to the practical, such as Zygon 853. The myriad stars encompassing our galaxy nurture life of all kinds. Since the dawn of imagination itself, humanity has wondered whether we are alone. And in the Terran year 2147, we learned the answer was no. But who are our newfound neighbors? What of their designs and ambitions, and how does humanity exist on an intergalactic scale? Hello, and welcome to Lanar Hassano, an original work of science fiction created by me, Blake DeWeese. I began scribbling thoughts in a notebook back in 2016. Over the years, those ideas have morphed and changed and grown into something much larger. And now, I'd like to share all of those ideas with you. In this video, I'll give you an overview of the world, introduce you to the players, give you a brief history of how we got here, and set the stage for the story that will follow. The 6th century saw a marked change for humanity. The fall of the Roman Empire led to a fractured Europe, paving way for what would become known as the Middle Ages. Far off in the distance, however, a new empire was being forged, as two spacefaring species made contact and formed the foundation of an intergalactic civilization. Today, these species coexist in a complex network of political and cultural serendipity. Indeed, the 10 known species that make up the galaxy's population have bartered, bargained, struggled, and succeeded together for over 1,500 years. These species are the Astals, the Anarans, the Eelherk, the Nom, the Kaizults, the Cathorians, the Thralin, the Voltrum, the Vrex, and of course, the humans. When the Anarans and the Eelherk brokered peace a millennium and a half ago, they formed the Quetzal Siatu, which translates to the Alliance. The Alliance was to serve as the governing body over their newly formed civilization, called Syndicate Space. At its height, Syndicate Space occupied over half the galaxy. As is the case with all empires, though, Syndicate Space would not rule in perpetuity. After a couple centuries, Syndicate Space's resources were spread so thin they could barely maintain control of their territory. Opportunists, fed up with the poor governance of the Alliance, fled Syndicate Space and settled on the far reaches of the galaxy. Lacking the resources and desire to effectively thwart this exodus, the Alliance conceded the unsettled sector of space. Today, Syndicate Space occupies 45% of the galaxy. Still the single largest and most powerful state, even if its power has waned. The dawn age of this fledgling young state on the edge of the cosmos saw a plague of pirates, smugglers, and criminal activity. This earned the name, the Raging Territories. For hundreds of years, the worst ilk came here as if some kind of twisted pilgrimage. War and terror were common in the Raging Territories. Hundreds of nations rose and fell, fighting over resources and control. Death decimation. Terror on a scale never known to sapient life. In time, the warring cooled. Governments were formed, borders were drawn, and peace was slowly found. In truth, the raging territories haven't raged in centuries. Today, the raging territories occupy roughly 45% of the galaxy and comprises 6 sovereign states. These are the Empire of Heliodel, the Commonwealth of Astror, the nations of Isparia, Yeklor, and Osana, and the oligarchy of Zaiti. Together with Syndicate Space, these nations occupy more than 90% of our galaxy. There is, however, a small recess of space just beyond the Zulara Veil, where none dare tread. Archaeologists over the centuries have found remains across the galaxy of a once dominant species. Colloquially referred to as the Old Kingdom, this empire reigned from one end of the cosmos to the other. But some 5,000 years ago, they left, retreating to a remote sector of space, not to be seen or heard from again. Scientists have named them the WHIM. WHIM space was discovered in the year 624 PA when Alliance ships ventured past the Zulara Veil and were lost. Since then, travel to the sector has been made illegal. The WHIM have made no offensive advancement in the nearly 1,000 years we've known of their existence. In truth, we cannot even say with certainty that they live beyond the veil. Due to their seeming lack of interest in galactic affairs, many myths and superstitions persist about the WHIM. Stories of haunted ruins, whispering voices, and mysterious deaths. While it is true, unfortunate events have transpired at WHIM sites across the cosmos, we should pay these myths no mind. The true mysteries surrounding the WHIM are more abstract than a half-baked horror story. Why did the largest and mightiest empire in the history of life reduce itself to a fraction of its power? What aims do they have now? And what secrets of the universe can they help us unlock? It is an exciting exercise in imagination to think of the answers to these questions. But sadly, it is unlikely we will ever know. These nations and peoples compound to form a densely layered galactic civilization, perhaps best summarized by Astel historian Edvige Faini, who famously said, "Our galaxy is built on an intricate web of existence. Species with thousands of years of individual history have cohabitated and formed states which themselves have hundreds of years of history. This has led to many wars being fought, many instances of the strong trampling the weak, but it has also led to a deeper understanding of oneself and each other. For every defeat, we have known a victory. For every failure of state, we have a triumph of perseverance. I am grateful for the horrors of the future I will not have to bear witness. But at the same time, I am envious of the wonders future generations will create and experience. How can one truly comprehend the magnitude of our achievement? To build a society of functioning nations across the cosmos requires a level of kinship and mutual vision not known to any sapient life before. Rooted deep in Anarn mythology are the people of Axel. The Axeli were a profoundly spiritual people who spent their days laboring and their nights praying. They worshipped no deity though. No soul, singular or otherwise, heard their supplications. Rather, The Axoli believed that one's actions left a tangible effect on the world. Every word spoken, every effort taken bled into the soil and nurtured the world, skies, and people. They put their prayers out into the universe in hopes they would intertwine with the earth and heal the scars their presence left. They spoke of a day when all their deeds would bear fruit, when time itself would halt and all souls would stand equal. All people, plants, skies, and stars would exist as one. This complete state of being, this nexus of existence, they called the Lanar Hassano. I can think of no better name for what we have achieved and for what we will continue to work towards.